So Danny, let's talk a bit about the Oldham result firstly. A good result after being 2-0 down so early on, and a great comeback from the lads.
Yeah, spot on, Kurt. I think when you're 1-0 down away from home at a big club, then you might take the draw. When you're 2-0 down, you definitely take the draw at that point when the second goal goes in. You're thinking, hopefully this isn't a repeat of the last time we had a half-12 kick-off at Dorking where we really didn't turn up, and for large periods of the first half we wasn't ourselves at all. And then obviously got the goal before half-time through Bailey, who had a really good performance. After we equalised, we probably believed we could go on and win, and yet Oldham had some good chances as well. So point probably a fair result, and just makes us that little bit closer to the title.
You mentioned Bailey there. I was speaking to Jamie Grimes earlier, who was so impressed and was really happy that Bailey had the performance that he had, scoring the goal and then winning the penalty. What did you make of his full performance?
I think we knew what we were going to get with Bailey in the performance in terms of his running, his effort, his honesty. But to score and to then win the penalty, is an added bonus. Bailey hasn't even been a full-time footballer for that long. Part-time at Elfrotton, who thought so highly of him there. Billy Heath, the manager there, I know really well, and so he's still on paper getting to grips with full-time football. But you'd never think he'd never been full-time. His fitness levels are fantastic. His willingness to learn is great. But there's still a lot more to come, and a lot more room for improvement for him, technically, tactically, all over. He can get better, but he's in a good place at the moment.
And a result that was maybe slightly disappointing not to get the win, but on the way back, obviously with Barnet losing, what was the feeling like on the coach?
Brilliant. We all watched the game on the stream. Everyone crowding around my laptop, so good job I had enough battery in it. So, yeah, you're thinking, okay, you're hoping Woking go and get a result for you, but really you're thinking Barnet second in the league, they should go and beat Woking, and they didn't, and Woking deserved their win. So we're hoping tonight that Eastleigh can do the same thing. A lot has gone our way this year, but we've made it go our way. I'm not a big believer in luck. I believe you make your own luck, and this year we've done that.
And obviously, like say, Barnet playing Eastleigh tonight with a game that could secure the title for Chesterfield. Will you be watching?
I will be watching that game at home. Maybe a bottle of champagne on ice, cheap one from Lidl maybe, and I know the lounge is packed out here with supporters, so wherever people are choosing to watch it, we're obviously hoping for a little bit of a slip up from Barnet, but if not, we've got tomorrow night to try and win it. If not, we've got Saturday to try and win it. We've got a lot of games where we can win it, and in that time obviously Barnet have got to win every game, so it looks very good for us. Let's not beat around the bush, but football's a very, very strange game. We've got to make sure we get it over the line as soon as possible.
And does Barnet, whether they drop points tonight or whether they win, does that change anything going into the game against Halifax?
No, not at all. Prepared today. We're going to take all the lads there because it's not a really a massive journey. So we'll take everyone there, pre-match meal, do our pre-match presentations, etc., just like we would any other game, and we want to go and win it. We know we're taking a few thousand supporters, which is no real shock because we take loads everywhere we go. And now there's mixed views, isn't there? Some people I spoke to would rather be winning it here Saturday, which is great, but then that means we go to Halifax and lose, doesn't it? Which no one wants. So, in my opinion, I'd rather Barnet slip up tonight. It's done, and if not, we go and win at Halifax tomorrow.
And Chris Middleton's side are looking for a playoff place of their own. A good 2-0 victory against Oxford City on Sunday in front of the TNT Sports cameras. What are you expecting from his side?
Good team, really good team. I went to watch them a few weeks ago, and they've got a real mix of anything. I think we're a really honest team, and I think they are too. I think they're probably alongside us with their honesty their players show within the league. So fair play to Chris, the manager, and his staff, because they obviously play like that for him and for the club. And during the peak wild days, they were often in the playoff picture, weren't they? And I think they'll be in there again. They won the trophy last year. They got threats all over. Yes, we're coming to town with a few thousand supporters. We know what's on the line for us, but they also want to make sure they get that playoff place cemented. So we're going to have to be aware of all their threats whilst bringing our A game as well.
And during your time here, you've been part of a couple of really great moments at Halifax and a couple of disappointing moments at Halifax. So what does this game mean to you?
Yeah, I think my first season here, we beat them in the last kick of the game, last game of the season to get into the playoffs. Sadly, we lost to Notts County in the playoff quarters that year, and yeah, you've been a bit of a mixed bag. We lost here at home your first season, then we've beaten them at home, we've drawn here. We've had a bit of everything against Halifax, home and away. It's always a tough place to go. I know obviously everyone's spoken a lot about the pitch not being in great condition. It's going to be the same for both teams, so let's get on with it.